Today on Explain with Shaun MTB, we're going to talk about drilling out these cable retention housing things on my bike. So I have a Schwinn Axum, and I want to run completely solid cable housing all the way down to my shifter. Now currently for my shifter, there's these little things that allow for the housing to butt up against, and then there's a break in the cable. Now I want to get rid of these because the cable is exposed here and there's room for extra dirt and grass, and also I use a bike bag when I'm riding, which mounts right here, and it'll clamp down on the shifter cable, and since it's exposed, it'll then cause the bike to not work right for the shifting, because it'll pull a little bit more tension on the shifter cable than just with the dealer adjuster. So I'm going to be drilling these small holes for the cable out. And the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to start off with a 1/8 drill bit, which is slightly just a tad bit bigger than the small hole in here for the cable. And I'm going to be moving all the way up to a 3/16, which is the size of our cable housing. You don't want to go with the big one, because if you screw up, it could cause problems. So we're going to start off by protecting our frame against, or attempting to protect our frame against scratches with some duct tape. So just in case we slip up with our drill. And by the way, do this at your own risk. If you screw up your frame, it is not my responsibility. Now our frame is protected against slip-ups. We're going to start with our small size drill bit. Okay, now we're going to go up to our next size, which is 9/64. And next 5/32. And then the big boy 3/16. And since this bike frame is made of soft aluminum, I'll be painting this later a little bit to make sure we don't have any exposed metal, but since it's aluminum, it's not going to rust. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the anchor points. I'm also probably going to be taking a Dremel and filing down any hard edges in there as well. There we go. So as you can see, I have all the cable housing fully installed where the cable stops used to be. And all the insides of the cable stops where I drilled them out are painted with black primer. You can't even tell. I have my nice red cable housing running all the way down to my derailleur and back up to my shifter. All one piece. So now when I get my bike bag and clamp it down in here, it's not going to affect my shifting at all. Also, another quick tip. If you don't want your cable housing rubbing off the paint on your fork or your steer crown or your frame, just use some Gorilla Tape clear and put it on your frame. So that is the conclusion of this video about how to drill out the cable stops on a frame. And I've successfully managed to succeed. Thank you for watching.